This is in last lab we have seen the first lab program, that is to find the square root of a given number and find the sum and average of a given three numbers. Now today we are going to see the second program. Second program is write a program to demonstrate the following, that is boxing and unboxing and invalid boxing. Yes, students, boxing already we have seen in the morning class. Boxing concept we have seen. So the variable, the integer variable will be boxed using the keyword object. Using the keyword object, we box the variable and we display. Again, we unbox the variable. We unbox the value with explicit type conversion. With explicit type conversion, we unbox the value. So now I'll show the demonstration of that program. Sample 2 program. So this is a code which we have discussed in the morning class. I'm going to explain now. See students, here in this program, I'm taking the value from the keyboard and that I'm storing in the variable n, and using object keyword, I'm boxing the value. So when you display this object, the output should be whatever the input we have taken for the variable n. And again, when this is unboxing. So explicitly we are typecasting. To unbox a value, we have to typecast explicitly. So this is how we do unboxing. Here I enter the value, I enter the number 50. So 50 is a, see students, 50 is the value which I have taken for the variable n. You can see the screen, no? Yes, students, see the screen is visible? Okay. So 50 is a value which I have taken for the variable n, and I have passed to the variable ob. See, for ob I have not declared any variable because this is of type object type. This is of type object type. This process is known as boxing. I am boxing the value. When you display ob, so whatever the variable I have assigned for n, that value will be stored in the variable ob. When you unbox, when you want to unbox explicitly, you have to typecast. See, the type conversion we do like this, no? So int ob. So in the variable s, the unboxed value will be stored. So that the unboxed value is 50. See here, first I am giving the enter the number 50. Yes, can you see the output? The value of ob is 50 and the value of s is also 50. This is your second lab program. 2A program. So see here, one more program also I'll explain for this boxing and unboxing. For boxing and unboxing, I'll explain one more program also. Here I have taken only for the integer. Only for the integer I have taken. See here, students, you can see the screen now. This is also the same program. In this program, so see this program, student. So in this program, I have done boxing and unboxing is for both integer and for string. Both for integer and string. When I run this program, you will understand. See here, I am running the program. Enter the integer value. enter the integer value 450. 450 I'm entering, and see the boxed value is 450 and the unboxed value is 450. Now this command line is asking next statement, that is enter the string. For string also I am doing enter the string. The string I have given BMS. So the string I have given BMS, and after the boxing value, the boxed value is BMS, and after unbox the value is same BMS. See here, you see the code here. I'm taking the value from the keyboard, and I'm storing the variable in O. Here I have taken the data type as only object data type. So this is the O, in the variable O, whatever the value I stored, that is a boxed value, because which is of type object type. And here explicitly we are converting that into unbox. We are typecasting explicitly. This process is known as unboxing, and those values are displayed here. Boxed value and unboxed value. The same thing for string also. Is here the string value I am taking from the string value. See students, here I am pressing enter. It is not taking. Why? Because here I have not, still my program is in execution. You have to close here. Yes students, you have to close here, or here on the menu bar you have an option stop debugging. Debugging. If you click on the stop debugging, so the program will stop debugging and it will come to the program. So here I am taking a string. and that string is stored in the variable O. What is O? O is this. O is of type object type. So whatever the value is stored in the variable O, see, this is nothing but boxing. And again explicitly we are converting that into a string format, and that value is displayed here. This is a boxed value, this is a unboxed value. So this is your lab programs 2. This lab program, you want to type, or you want me to send through mail? You want to take down the program now? Yes students, respond. Will you take down the program?
No ma'am, send to ma'am classroom.
Yeah, you don't want to write anything, huh? Okay. This is a 2A lab program. Now next is 2B lab program. So next program is 2B program. What is 2B program is? 2A program is to demonstrate boxing and unboxing. 2B program is to demonstrate invalid boxing. 2B program is to demonstrate invalid boxing. See students, see here, I have taken the variable, integer variable, and with the help of this object keyword, I am boxing the value and I am displaying here. Correct, no? Correct, no? The same thing we have seen in the theory class also, today theory class. This is a boxing. Now I have to unbox. When I unbox, what I am using here? Is the screen is visible, students? What I am using here? Respond. Tell me what you are able to see, where I am highlighted. Can't you see also? Whatever you are seeing, at least that you can tell, no?
Yes, sir.
You're not able to see. Or you're able to see. Yes, you're able to see or not? Okay, if you don't respond, then what I'll understand is, yes, students, here I am taking a variable, integer variable, and using an object keyword, I am boxing the value, and boxed value will be display here. And now I want to unbox. To unbox the value, what I have to do, first we have seen in the previous program, we have to do explicit type conversion. Here I have taken the integer value. To this integer value I have done boxing. To this integer value I have done boxing. Now to convert, to unbox explicitly I have to convert, but here I am taking a character value. Here I am taking a character data type. Is it a correct way of unboxing? No, it is not way of, it is not a correct way of unboxing. So it will display the error message, incorrect unboxing. If you execute this program, you will get an error message, invalid unboxing. Why? Because here if I change character to integer, then the value will be unboxed. But here I have taken the data type, that is char, because when the input is integer, even during the unbox also the typecast value should be integer only. If you take character, then it will display invalid unboxing. See students, if you don't respond, if you don't talk, then I'll not understand anything. So the integer, the number which I give is 800. The boxed value is 800. But while unboxing, what I'm doing, I'm taking a character data type. So this is a invalid way of unboxing. This is a invalid way of unboxing. So this is your 2B program. In 1A program, we are doing boxing and unboxing. In 2B program, we are unboxing. In 2B program, we are unboxing. And your next lab program is third program. Write a program in C# to add two complex numbers using the operator overloading. Add two complex number using operator overloading. Yes, students, from in Java also you learned operator overloading. Using operator overloading, add two complex numbers in Java, in C++ also you have seen. You know the logic. Only thing you don't know how to implement in C#. I'll show you that program. So this is a third lab program. See here in this I am taking two variables x and y. This is operator overloading method. Operator overloading. Here, which operator I am overloading? Addition operator I am overloading. Addition operator I am overloading. The values which I pass for the first method, that is 20 and 30, and the second is 30 and 20. The first complex numbers are 20 and 30, or you can say x and y, and for second complex numbers the values are 30 and 50. Using this operator overloading, we are adding two numbers, and we are adding two complex numbers, and we have to display the output. Yes, students, I'll run this program. And see here, the value of first complex number is 20 plus I, 20 and 30. And the value of second complex number is 30 and 50. Sorry, 30 and 20. After addition of these two, the output should be 50 plus I50. So what is that I? The complex number means it will display in the form of X plus IY format. Correct, no? X plus IY format. So 50 plus I50. So the complex number. So this is a program to demonstrate, or this is a program to add two numbers using operator overloading. Using operator overloading, we are adding two complex numbers. Understood? Yes, students, see here. Here, this is one method. In this method, I have two variables and I am assigning the value of small x to capital X, small y to capital Y. This is the operator overloading method. Operator overloading method. Here we are adding the complex numbers 20 and 30. 20 and 30 for first variable. And 30 and 50 for the second variable. And these two numbers we are taking and we are displaying the output. See, students, if you know the concept, there is no necessary that you have to follow this, you have to write this program only. In the exam also, in the internals also, they have not explicitly, they have not told that this concept only how to, whatever the method you want to implement, you can implement, but the output should be in the form of this X plus IY format. You have to use this operator overloading concept. Understood? For that also nobody will respond, I know that.
Ma'am, can you explain 1 second this program?
This program? See, this program, why we are in this program, what we are doing is we are adding two complex numbers using operator overloading. So using operator overloading, we are adding two numbers, X and Y. X, Y. So how the output will be in the form of X plus IY format after addition. Correct, no? After addition, the output will be in the form of X plus IY. So using operator overloading concept, we are adding two complex numbers. We are adding two complex numbers. The first complex number is numbers are 20 and 30, and then for the second variable, the numbers are 30 and 20. So we have to add these numbers. When we add these two numbers, the output should be in what format? X plus IY format. X plus IY format. See, 20 is for this variable v1 dot x, and 30 is for v1 dot y. X, y of first argument, and second I am taking one more value, that is v2, and the values are 30 and 20, and the second complex numbers are v2 dot x is 30 and v2 dot y is 20. v2 dot y is 20. Now here we are adding v1 and v2. We are adding v1 and v2. After adding v1 and v2, whatever the output we get, that we are displaying here, v3 dot x. See, what is v3 dot x? This v1 dot x plus v2 dot x, that is v3 dot x. What is v3 dot y? That is v1 dot y plus v2 dot y. So after calculating, after performing calculation, after calculating this statement, whatever the value we get, that will be displayed in the form of X plus IY format. v3 dot x is for the argument, this first argument, and v3 dot y is for this second argument. The array index starts from 0. That's why the argument will take, the first argument will be taken as flower bracket 0. The second argument is flower bracket 1. So here it holds the output. V1 dot x is 20, V1 dot y is 30, V2 dot x is 30, V2 dot y is 20. Now I'll run this program. Yes. And this screen size, font size I cannot increase. So this will be the output. So next we have write a program in C# to find sum of each row of a given jagged array of 3 inner arrays. What is jagged array? What is jagged array? What is jagged array? Anybody have idea? Jagged array we'll see in the next lab. So jagged array is the 4th program. Now we'll see the 5th program. Students, I have explained second program. In second program, A, B are there. A, B is boxing and unboxing. B is invalid boxing, invalid unboxing. And the third program is addition of 2 complex numbers using operator overloading. And the 5th program is write a program in C# to demonstrate array out of bound exception using try catch and finally block. Using try catch and finally block. The next program is this is an exception handling program. In this exception handling program, we have to take an array. We have to take an array and we have to show the array index out of bound. What is the meaning of array index out of bound? What is the meaning of array index out of bound? Yes, students, if I take int a of 3, means the variable a holds 3 values. If I am giving 4th value, then it is going out of bound, no? Correct? It is going out of bound. So if you give 4 or 5 other than 3, if you give a larger number, then your program should display the error message array index out of bound. So that we are demonstrating using this exception handling program. So that in this program, so see students here, this is a program. In this program, I have taken the variable, array variable, which is of size 5. Array variable, which is of size 5, and I am displaying the values. I am displaying the values here. I am displaying the values. If I give my input more than 5, if I give my input 6 or 7, then it should display the error message. It should display the error message array out of bound exception. It should display the message array out of bound exception. Now I'll run and show you the program. See, now the size of array 3 I'm giving, the size of array 3, then it is, see here, it is displaying 0, 3 means it is taking 0, 1, 2, 3. So here it has displayed four numbers, that 0, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13 number it has displayed. Now once again I'll execute, you see. Now I'll give 6. I'll give 6. The size of the array index is 5. The size of the array index is 5, but I have given 6. So that's why here it is displaying the error message. It is displaying whatever in the exception handling, whatever the message I have given, it is displaying array out of bound exception. Array out of bound exception it is displaying. Once again I'll execute. Now I'll give 2. So for this it will not display any exception message, exception handling message. If I give the array size more than 5, if I give 6, 7, 8, if I give more than that, then it will display that message. And I'll give 8. 8. So for 8, array out of bound exception it is displaying. So this is 5th program. When you give the input, within that range, of array, then it will not display any message. Just whatever the statements you have given in the program, it will execute. If it is crossing the range of the array, if your input is crossing the range of the array, then it will display the array out of bound exception. It will display array out of bound exception. Understood? So 2A program, 2A, 2B we have seen, 3rd program and 5th program also we have seen. So today how many programs we have seen? 3 programs. Any doubt?
Ma'am, can you explain this last program once again, ma'am?
This program, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
See here I have taken the array variable. Screen is shared, no? Yes. I have taken the array variable. Here I am displaying 10. You can take 1, 2, 3 also, but here I have taken 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So array index start from 0. Array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, 3, 4. So 5 numbers I have taken. What is your problem statement is your program should display the error message, that is if your array is going out of bound. If your array is going out of bound, then it should display the error message using the exception handling. Using exception handling, it should display. So here we are taking the input, the size of the array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever we give, the size of array So here, when you give the size of the array, so that value will be stored in the variable row. So here, if you give 3, then that 3 value will be taken here to repeat the loop. To repeat the loop, that value will be taken here until these conditions fall. That those many times this value will be repeated and it will display it. This loop will be repeated and it will display the statement. If you give 2, then if you give array, if you give row value 2, then it will take row value 2, array index dot this I is 0, 0 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true, it will display. Next 1 is less than or equal to, condition true, it is condition is true, it will display the next value. Next I will be 2, so 2 is less than or equal to 2, condition is true, it will display the value. Next I value will be 3, I value will be 3, but the value which I have given for this row is 2, condition will false, condition is false, and it will execute this finally block. This will execute this finally block. If you give, this is the case when we give the array index value within this range, within this 5. But if you give array value out of bound, if you give 6, 7, then this is not. Then what happens? The array index value is, it is crossing the range. No, it is crossing the range. So it will display the elements. It will display the elements. Why? It will display the element? Why? Because whatever the row value I am taking, after taking it is entering into this loop. After taking it is entering into this loop, and till the condition becomes false, it displays everything, and then it will, here in this case, it will display everything, and then it will display the error message. It will display the error message, that is array out of bound exception. The same thing is happening here. Here first I give 4, till the condition becomes false, it will display all the numbers. Once the condition becomes, till the condition becomes false, it will display the numbers. So now I give 9. See, 9 for 9 for 9 also it is, you can ask question for 9. 9 also it is displaying the numbers. But see here, according to the logic, once it takes a row value, once it takes a row value, it is entering to this loop. So it is displaying the values. After displaying the values, it is showing the array out of bound exception, because whatever the value I have given, that is crossing the range. It is out of bound. It is out of bound, so it is displaying the message. If you give equal to 5 or less than equal to 5, then it will not display this array out of bound exception. If we are giving the value more than the range, then it will display the array out of bound exception. Is understood? So 3 programs we have done today. Any doubt? Somebody told something.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So today we have done 2nd program, 3rd program, and 5th program. See, why I have explained 5th program is already you know the basics of exception handling. So that's why I have explained 5th program. Jagged array you don't know. First I'll do it by next Monday. I'll try to cover in the theory part, and then I can execute and show that program in the lab. After that, the 6th program is override, virtual and override. 7th program is delegate. 8th program is abstract class. 9th, okay, students, all of you understood? Answer for your attendance. This is your 2nd lab, no? First lab we had on 7th. Answer attendance: Aditya,
Present, ma'am.
Ajay,
Yes, ma'am.
Amit,
Yes, ma'am.
Antima,
Present, ma'am.
Apurva,
Present, ma'am.
Ashwini,
Yes, ma'am.
Bindu,
Yes, ma'am.
Divyesh, Divyesh didn't come in the morning also. Divyesh is absent. Gaurish, Gautami, Gunashekar,
Yes, ma'am.
Harini.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Present, ma'am.
No, wait. Next, Surya.
Yes.
Before calling only, he's telling
By
that.
mistake, I ended the call.
Surya,
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana,
Present, ma'am.
Nazma,
Present, ma'am.
Nidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Pradeep,
Yes, ma'am.
Preeti,
Present, ma'am.
Rajesh,
Present, ma'am.
Sahadev. Sahadev, is there? Sahadev is there? No. Saket,
Present, ma'am.
Santosh,
Yes, ma'am.
Seema. Seema, morning also she didn't come. Sinchana,
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti,
Yes, ma'am.
Suru,
Present, ma'am.
Varsha,
Yes, ma'am.
Yashashwini,
Present, ma'am.
Amruta,
Present, ma'am.
Anusha,
Present, ma'am.
Apurva,
Present, ma'am.
Siddharth, Siddharth Ila. Is there? No. Chetana,
Present, ma'am.
Kavya, Kavya, Madhushri,
Ma'am.
Manisha, sorry, Manish,
Present, ma'am.
Sarfraz,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Murgesh,
Present, ma'am.
Mutamis, Mutamis absent. Paresh,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Prashant,
Present, ma'am.
Pratibha,
Present, ma'am.
Pratik, Pratik, Sadhana, Shashank, Shraddha,
Present, ma'am.
Sridhar,
Present, ma'am.
Tanuj,
Present, ma'am.
Tejaswini,
Present, ma'am.
Ummehani,
Present, ma'am.
Ashish, Vidya,
Present, ma'am.
Vishal,
Present, ma'am.
the students, any doubt in today's lab program? See, I have shown the execution, I have explained the program. Still, if you have any doubt, you can come to me. But at home, you have to execute the program. You have to execute the program. See, you have to execute. I cannot come and see whether you have executed or not. When you don't execute, then during internals, you will face a difficulty. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask. If no response, then I'll understand there is no doubt. Hey, students, I'll end the meeting. We'll see in the next class.